Module 3, Lesson 1's objective is to study commutativity to find known facts of 6, 7, 8, and 9. Item 3, match the expressions. 3 times 6. That's the same thing as saying 3 groups of 6. We know with the commutative property of multiplication, you can switch the order of the factors to get the same answer or product. So 3 groups of 6 looks like this when you draw it out. 1 group of 6, 2 groups of 6, and 3 groups of 6. 6 and 6 is 12. Plus the other 6 is 18. So if the commutative property of multiplication works correctly, I should be able to switch the order of the factors, 3 and 6, and make them 6 groups of 3 and still get 18. So let's see if that works. We already tried it and know that 3 groups of 6 is 18. But is 6 groups of 3 18? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 groups of 3. And let's see what the answer or product is. 3 plus 3 is 6. Plus 3 plus 3 is 6. We know that's 12. And look at this, another 3 plus 3, which is 6. And we know that 12 plus 6 is 18. So indeed, when we switch the order of the factors, we still got the same product or answer. Let's take a look at the second one, 3 sevens. 3 sevens is the same thing as saying 3 groups of 7. And that would look like this. 1 group, 2 groups, and 3 groups. With the commutative property of multiplication, I can switch the order of the factors to get the same product. That would mean that 3 groups of 7 equals the same thing as 7 groups of 3, or 7 threes. Let's check and see if that's true. 7 and 7 is 14, plus 7 more is 21. Now, I'll do 7 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll put 3's inside of them. 3 plus 3 is 6. Plus 3 plus 3 is 6. We know that that equals 12. 3 plus 3 is 6. So that's 12 plus 6 is 18. And then we have to add this final 3. 18 plus 3 more is 21. So indeed, 3 groups of 7 equals 21, and 7 groups of 3 is 21. Now you match the final 3 expressions with the correct mate. Item 4, complete the equations. Item A, 2 6s is the same as blank 2's. If I draw that out, 2 6s would look like this. And I could write it like this, 2 groups of 6. With the commutative property of multiplication, I know I can switch that around. So instead of 2 6s, I could have 6 2's, or 6 groups of 2. And that would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if it works. 6 plus 6 is 12. That's a doubles fact. Over here, 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 2 more is 6. Plus 2 more is 8. Plus 2 more is 10. Plus 2 more is 12. So 2 6s is the same as 6 2s. You do items B and C the same way. Look at item D. That says 4 groups of something is the same as blank groups of 4. How in the world are you supposed to figure that out? Well, you could go ahead and add 4 as many times as it takes until you reach the product of 28. So, here's one group of 4 plus another group of 4. That's 8. We have to keep adding until we get to 28. Plus another group of 4. Now we're at 12. Plus another group of 4. Now we're at 16. Plus another group of 4. Now we're at 20. We have to still keep going because we haven't gotten to 28 yet. Now there's another group of 4. That's 24. Another group of 4. That's 28. There's that product I was looking for. So how many groups of 4 did I have to draw until I got to 28? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I had 7 groups of 4 before I got to 28. Now, if 7 groups of 4 is 28, what number goes on the next line? 4 groups of blank is 28. Don't forget about that commutative property of multiplication. Just switch those factors around. Let's look at item E. 5 2s plus 2 2s. Well, 5 plus 2 is 7. So that means we have 7 2s. 7 2s is the same thing as 7 groups of 2. 7 2s is the same thing as 7 groups of 2. But since they already wrote that on the front end of the equal sign, let's go ahead and erase that. Let's reverse it. So instead of having 7 groups of 2, we can switch it around and make it 2 groups of 7. Now the left side of the equal sign is 7 groups of 2, or 7 times 2. And the right side of the equal sign is 2 groups of 7, or 2 times 7. It's up to you to figure out what the product is and write it there. And the last one, item F. Blank 5s plus 1 5 is the same thing as 6 times 5. Well, on item F, since they already have the word 5s here, I'll underline 5 over there. And they have a 1 here. So I have to think of how many more do I need to get to 6. So I think that that's going to be 5. Because 5 and 1 is 6. 6 5s plus 1 5 is the same thing as 6 times 5. Or 6 groups of 5. You have to figure out what the product is that goes here. Now as I look at item E, really on the line where we wrote 2 times 7, we could have even written 7 times 2, just like they did they kept the same thing on item F. They kept the 6 5s on the left-hand side of the equals sign, and they kept 6 groups of 5 on the right-hand side. So, really, item E could be 2 times 7 on the right, or it could be 7 times 2. Either one really is correct.